Okay, this is going to be our Unit 4 notes number 10. So this is going to be over basic writing. This will be for our Unit 4 Part 2 test. This is the first set of notes for the Part 2 test. So we have three different types of equations we've talked about. We have point slope, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Slope intercept, which we've talked about a lot, which is y equals mx plus b. And then we have our standard form. Point slope, we're going to talk about how we can use that more. We're going to use that more whenever we're given 2 points in slope. We're either given 2 points or a point in slope. Slope intercept, you have to be given the y-intercept and slope. And then standard form, you have to rearrange that to slope intercept form or find your intercepts in order to graph it. So it says find the slope and y-intercept of this graph. So our y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. So our y-intercept is down here. So we went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So near -5 is our y-intercept, and our slope, if we were to create the triangle in between 2 points, we're rising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and running 1, 2. And this is going down, so it's going to be negative, so we're going to have -5 over 2 as our slope. Now, how can we use this information to write the equation? So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. We know that. If we have our y-intercept and our slope, we can plug those in. So what two things do we need in order to write the equation? We need our slope, which is our m value, and we need our y-intercept, which is our b value. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in our slope for m, and we plug in our y-intercept for b. So on this example, it says write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of 1/2, so this is our m value, and a y-intercept of -1, so this is our b value. So you're going to have y equals, we're replacing the m with 1/2, keep your x, and then plus your b value. Well, this is a -1, so we're going to do -1. That's how you would write that. So let's go do some more examples. We have a slope of -8 and a y-intercept of 5. So we're going to have y equals -8x plus 5. Next one, we have a slope of 2/3 and a y-intercept of -4. So it's going to be y equals 2/3 x minus 4. Next one, we have a m value of 1/4 and a b value of 0. So you're going to do y equals 1/4 x plus 0. If you do not want, you do not have to put this plus 0 part. But you can if you want to. The last one, we have a slope of 0 and a y-intercept of 3. So this would be y equals 0x plus 3. 0x is 0, so this is the same as y equals 3. So this, if you guys remember, is our horizontal line. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions on that. We're going to move on to the next page. So it says write the equation of the line in slope-intercept forms. We're going to have to find the y-intercept, and we're going to have to find the slope. So let's find our y-intercept first because that seems to be the easiest. Our y-intercept is right here, which is 0, -1. It's our b value. And then we have to find our rise over run. Now we have it has plotted 2 points for us. So we're just going to use those. So we're rising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And running 1, 2, 3, 4. These are negative because it's going down. So -5/4 is your slope. Put these two into the equation. You get y equals -5/4 x minus 1. Okay, next problem, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find our y-intercept, which is right up here, which is 3. Then we're going to find our slope. So we're going to draw our triangle. We're rising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're running 1, 2, 3. This is a positive slope because the line is going up. So our rise is 7, our run is 3. So putting that into our equation, we're going to have y equals 7/3 x plus 3. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions on that. We're going to move down to another problem. Let's select all the equations that represent the line shown in the graph. So when looking at this line, you probably want to at least find your y-intercept, which is 4. And then you probably want to find your slope. So this is a point. This is a point. So we're rising 1, 2, and running 1, 2, 3. So my slope is 2/3. And our b value is 4. So let's go over here. Does this one have a slope of 2/3 and a y-intercept of 4? Yes, so that is a possibility. Next one, we're going to have to get it into y equals form. So there's nothing we need to distribute, so we can just subtract the 2. So we're going to avoid y equals x minus 5. Is that the same? No, it doesn't even have a 2/3 slope, so that one's not a possibility. This one, you're going to distribute 2/3. 2/3 x. 2/3 times 3 is going to give you 2. And you're going to add the 2 to both sides to get into y equals mx plus b form. You're going to get y equals 2/3 x. And then 2 plus 2 is 4. So you get y equals 2/3 x plus 4. That is the same. We have a slope of 2/3 and a y-intercept of 4. Okay, last one. This one's in standard form, so you can either get it into y equals mx plus b form, or you can find your x and y intercepts. If we find our y-intercept, we're going to get y equals 4. If we find our x-intercept, we're going to get x equals 6. So is our y-intercept 4? Yes. Is our x-intercept? Our x-intercept will be 6, so this one is also a possibility. Okay. So let me know if you guys have any questions on that one. And just remember on the select all, most likely you are selecting more than one possibility, so keep that in mind. The next one says the function f of x has a slope of 1/2 and a y-intercept of -3. Write the equation for f of x. So we're given our slope, which is 1/2, and our y-intercept, which is -3. So we're going to write our equation. They already have our y, or f of x. So 1/2 x minus 3. It then says graph this function. So you can put it into your calculator, or you can remember how to do it using slope and y-intercept. So my y-intercept is -3, and I'm going up 1 over 2. Or you can go in the opposite direction. Okay, graph this line. Okay, so we graphed it. So we did this part. Now we got to go down to C. It says compare the slopes of function f of x and g of x. So this is g of x up here. So whenever it says compare the slopes, we're comparing, are their slopes the same? So if we find 2 points on this line, are we rising 1 and running 2? Yes. So compare the slopes. The slopes are the same. Next one, it says compare the y-intercepts of our two lines. So this one has a y-intercept of -3, and this one has a y-intercept of 3. So clearly, the y-intercepts are different. You're just going to tell me whether they're the same or different. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions over any of that, and you guys can get started on your homework.